What's going on, guys? This is Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ back in for another great episode. Today's episode is Bust Alert. Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette is going to have a struggle year. I can predict it. I can tell you with the drama he has going on right now. So we're going to cover a little bit of what's going on and iron everything out about his ADP expectations and what we have to look forward to for Leonard Fournette in the future. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. So let's get right into the episode. So we got Leonard Fournette. What is expectations for Leonard Fournette? There's a lot of drama going on around him. And I can tell you now, I don't want any parts of it. I don't want any headaches, week to week dealing with Leonard Fournette, being that he has all this drama surrounding him. So right now, we all know that, the Jags tried to trade him before the draft, during the draft, and probably after the draft. Now they're trying to trade him. So with that publicly being known that he needs to be traded because there's just too much drama going on behind the scenes. We know that he has a history with the GM, the head coach, just the entire organization of them going back and forth with battles. I mean, we've seen him bench before. We've seen him sit on the bench, by choice of not wanting to play and not to participate. And it's like we've seen a lot of things go on with Leonard Fournette, and you shouldn't want to be part of that circus. So now with him wanting, with them wanting to trade him, they also didn't pick up his fifth-year option. So this will be the last season Leonard Fournette will be playing in Jacksonville for sure. So that is known. And we have to think about Leonard Fournette's attitude. He's went against the grain before. He's won against the team. So, with him publicly saying, go get Cam Newton, that probably rubs, the locker room, a wrong way because you just put down Minshew, your starting quarterback right now that's been named the starting quarterback. And it's like, damn, how can you do that? But that probably rubs some people the wrong way. And I fear that, other teams are going to be looking at that, his behavior, what he's doing, the drama that surrounds him when they go to pick him up. So it's likely that Fournette won't get paid the big bag. And then knowing that as a player, that you're not wanted and, why would you want to win for this team? Why would you play 100%? And I feel like it's possible that he can go against the grain again. And him being, in the third round, that's a little bit expensive for me to think that I will take a Leonard Fournette right there in the third round. Go ahead and grab a Chris Carson, grab a Melvin Gordon, grab another running back other than, a Leonard Fournette. Now, Fournette's ADP is in the third round. Reason why it's probably in the third round is because of the receptions and targets that he had last season out of the backfield. He had 76 receptions. He had 100 targets. Now, I can tell you this for sure. This will not happen again. The only reason why his ADP is so high in PPR formats is because of that. People are thinking that he's going to repeat that. There's no way he repeats that for the simple fact of they went out and signed Chris Thompson, the guy that was in Washington, the pass catching, running back, change of pace running back, etc. So they brought him in. They signed him to be that guy, to have that, as his thing. Now, Leonard Fournette is still a brute runner. He's still going to get the goal line touches. But again, with this drama looming around him and sitting in the back of his mind, like, this team doesn't want me. Why would I try to win? Why would I try to, play my 100%? And we have to look at his injury history as well. So there's that. There's a lot of stuff holding down Leonard Fournette right now that I don't want to be part of. And with them bringing in Chris Thompson, that just, that just cuts his production, his volume of last season, what we've seen. So that's what the mainstream, ADP right now is saying. Third round, just so you can go grab him in third round. Like I said, grab a Chris Carson, grab a Melvin Gordon. There's other options there. And with all this trade, bait or this trade looming around, they didn't grab any, running backs in the draft, and they didn't, get any buyers on Leonard Fournette in the draft as well either. So I think the best bet for security, if you do end up getting Leonard Fournette, if you end up letting him fall to you or whatever the case may be, and I think you should honestly grab a Raquel Armstead. He's definitely a guy you need to grab for insurance, just an insurance policy, just in case Leonard Fournette does get shipped off in, the middle of the season. This isn't like the first time we've seen people get traded in the middle of the season. So before trade deadline, which is in November, he could be on the move. So if you're going to take that draft capital, if you're going to ignore everything I'm saying or whoever else is saying and take him in third round, because it's going to be tempting because running backs are going off the board quickly, this season. So it could be very tempting to get a Leonard Fournette, but I just don't agree with his ADP in the third round. That's definitely a high investment. That's definitely a high, risk there. So I would probably avoid that at all costs. So with that being said, you know what I mean? Grab the insurance policy in Armstead and try to keep in mind that Chris Thompson is definitely going to be the PPR guy there. He's definitely going to be catching the balls out the backfield. So Leonard Fournette, minus all that, still has a RB2, low end RB2 upside, with, chances to see the end zone. So it's not like he's going to take a total chop at his value of being a Jacksonville running back. But again, with all this drama looming around, do you want that on your conscience and think that this guy will bring home the gold? Or do you want that headache every week to week saying like, damn, is he going to put up at least 10 points? Is he going to put up 15 points? Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a time where we see Leonard Fournette just go off. And that's just, it comes down to his pure passion of loving football. Like, you're not going to be a starting running back and not showcase for the next team. That's the other side of the coin as well. He might want to showcase that he still can play. He can still, ball out minus all the drama around him. Some maturity might grow. You know what I mean? And this could be a nice little setup alley-oop for the next team for him. But again, we just don't know what situation he's going into. It could be like, comparison of Le'Veon Bell going to the Jets with Adam Gates, a guy that doesn't know how to run a running back, the guy that is just a terrible head coach to begin with. He makes good players suck. So he could be going into a situation like that. We don't know, but I can tell you now, his future in Jacksonville is over. So like I said, draft with caution. Don't do any reaching. I mean, I'm almost on the fence of saying do not draft him at all. Just let him fall to, outside of the third round, please. Because like I said, I would rather take a Chris Carson, a Melvin Gordon, or, another running back that doesn't have that drama surrounding him. So I definitely like the running back class of the rookies. I mean, you can grab a Jonathan Taylor, not in the third round, obviously, but if you miss out on him, you can grab a Jonathan Taylor. You can wait later rounds and grab my boy Cam Akers. Maybe. I don't know. But like I said, it's going to be very tempting in the first 2 rounds with running backs just flying off the board like that. And you just got to sit tight and be patient and trust your knowledge and trust the knowledge that you brought in to draft day to look and analyze every pick that you do, because the first 3 rounds are very important, people. Very important. These guys are going to be the guys that are going to bring in probably like 30% of your, points week to week. So your first 3 rounds are very important. There could be some hiccups. There could be some guys that, face injuries, something that we can't control, but it's definitely something to take your time, look and analyze. Don't get nervous when you're on the clock. Just go in with a game plan. Just go in with a notepad of names and start checking them off as they go, or cheat sheet or whatever the case may be. Just go into draft day prepared. But this is all I got to say about Leonard Fournette. He's going to bust. He's not going to live up to his ADP. So it's kind of like draft with caution, draft around him if you can. But, good luck. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys next week for another great episode of Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. Peace.